Today we have a 2008 Acura TL. We're replacing the front strut. So I've already done so, but the first thing you want to do is come up top and remove the strut brace. It's held in by 3 number 12s. As you can see right here, this is part of the strut mount. We're going to remove those 3 12s to get this out the way. There's also a few number 10s that hold like all this stuff and stuff on the other end. Go ahead and remove it and just get this out the way so we can access this bolt or this nut here for the strut mount. Now, once I've already done this, we're going to go ahead and remove the wheel 19 socket. Now that we're here, we're going to remove 3 10s, 2 bolts, 2 10mm bolts here and here, and a 10mm nut just to get this ABS wire out the way so it doesn't break, as well as remove this cotter pin. Now with the number 17, we're going to remove this bolt or nut here and separate the ball joint from the spindle. So to remove the strut, starting from down here, we're going to use number 14, take out this bolt that holds it to the fork, and then number 17's wrench and socket to remove the bolt and the nut on this side that holds it to the control arm. So we're going to separate here and then we'll work up top. Now with 2 bolts removed, the bottom here and the top here, you'll see it's separated. If it doesn't, just go back here with a chisel and just kind of open this up a little here. Not too much, you don't want to break it, but it should just come straight out. So now we're going to go up top and remove the 3 nuts holding the strut to the car. Now that we're up top, we're going to remove 3 17mm nuts and it'll drop the strut. Let me go ahead and also mention, before we remove those nuts, let's go ahead and just go get this fork out the way. Pretty much just wiggle around and move it off of the bushing on the lower control arm. Kind of move it forward. And it should come right out like so. Like I said earlier, if it gets stuck, just throw a chisel in here and hit it a little bit just to open it up a little, but it should separate right away. So let's go up top and get those 3 nuts and then just pull this strut out. We're also going to go ahead and just separate this, give it a little extra room to pull this out. Now that the strut is free, we can go ahead and remove this here and just pull it to the side, being extra careful and not to pull the axle out of the inside of here. So let's go ahead and get this out and then we just slide this straight out. As you can see, we have room because the fork is gone, so you can actually get it like this, but since I'm also going to be doing some other stuff and I don't really want to be fighting, we're just going to go ahead and take this off. Now we're ready to just slide the strut out. Have all the room in the world, and we'll go ahead and just slide the new one in. So now with my strut here, we're just going to slide it in the way we took it out and just thread the bolts on top and get ready to torque these down. I've busted enough of these here to know just to torque them down. Simpler step than just having to replace the whole thing. Now I want to go ahead and also mention that on the back of your strut, you will see this notch as well as this little part right here. This is where the fork will sit and where your bolt will go through. It has to go all the way up here before this bolt will go through, but you really can't go wrong with that except for, trying to put that in. You can mash it and not get it lined up. It will line up properly just because of how the bolts sit, or how these studs sit. So up here, we're going to torque this to 44 foot-pounds. And then after I do that, I'm going to come down here and just lightly knock a hammer on each end of the forks evenly on this side and this side, until this back portion lines up to that notch that I told you about earlier. And then from there we can bolt that in. I think that's like 32 foot-pounds and that's 47 down there, but I'm just going to zap these in pretty much. And then after that, we'll be almost done. Just reattach it. So I've torqued these down. All we got to do now is just reinstall our strut brace here, and I'm just gonna zap those in, not really torque them, but that's pretty much it for the top here. We're gonna go down below and just give a little love tap on the fork of the strut down here just to get this in. Okay guys, so the fork is installed to the strut. Just need to tighten this bolt down, just make sure it goes all the way through, as well as on the lower control arm. Went ahead and already put this in here for the upper ball joint, and then all we gotta do is tighten everything down and reinstall the brackets for this cable here, and we'll be done. So thanks for watching, y'all. Please like, subscribe for more videos to come.